But he's no stranger to this rival, most certainly, because he is from Owasso, Oklahoma, where he won a state title in 2022. The 6'4", 190-pound Braden Sanford. And you see what he did in his last start. 2 2/3 innings. Walk's been a little bit of a problem for this young right-hander, Rich.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, they need to start throwing more strikes and let this really good defense work. They got a really good fielding percentage, and need to give him a chance.
Right, Fulmer said they just need to keep sending this freshman out there and let him find his way. They feel like he can be a big piece for them as Bryce Madron stands in to lead things off here for the Sooners. And quickly 2-0 on Bryce.
Yeah, and I like Madron being at the top of the lineup. One of the best hitters on the team. You know, you only lead off the first inning. After that, it's just a matter of getting him as many at-bats as possible.
2-1 the count to Madron. This time a week ago, he was the Big 12 Player of the Week after the Sooners' sweep of TCU. 29 runs scored this season. That is the 5th most in the Big 12. 2-2 the count on Madron. He had a 3-hit game in the matchup between these two teams a season ago. Their second game last year, they were supposed to play twice, and it got canceled. Pulled through the right side. It's a leadoff single for Bryce Madron. So the Sooners get the leadoff man aboard against Braden Sanford.
Yeah, good swing. Got ahead in the count. Got the barrel out and drove it through the 4-hole. He can really hit.
Just roll out of bed and get you a couple of hits, can't he?
Yeah, he's wake and rake.
Easton Carmichael in now. What a year he's having. 5th in the Big 12 and leading the Sooners with a .402 average. But this one is popped up to right. Wind is going to blow this one toward that right field corner, but it's chased down by Elijah Rodriguez for the first out. First pitch swinging there, Easton Carmichael trying to ambush one. Instead hit a pop-up.
Yeah, he got a fastball, just got under it a little bit.
That will bring in the Sooner third baseman tonight, Michael Snyder. Moving things around a little bit with Rocco Garza-Gongora playing first base. They move Snyder to third and let Anthony McKenzie rest from being out in the field for a night. McKenzie's played all over the place, but he's DHing tonight. And Snyder gets a crack down at third. Swats this one foul and out of play. Top RBI man on this Sooner club. 16 runs batted in 9 Big 12 games. That is the most by anyone in the conference during league play. And for the year, he has driven in 33 runs. That is the 3rd most overall in the Big 12. What a pickup he's been for Skip Johnson and the Sooners, the University of Washington transfer.
Yeah, veteran player. Had a lot of bats in his career. It's good to have a calming presence in the middle of this lineup.
Snyder has a look at this one downstairs. You see Old Glory out there in straightaway center field. We'll call that a gentle breeze, right, for March in Oklahoma. But it's a chilly one because it's northwest.
Yeah, it just picked up a little bit.
I was down there in pregame watching a little batting practice. You know, 45 minutes to an hour was plenty for me out in the north wind today.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Baseball's meant for warm weather.
Agreed. It's the reason they have spring training in Florida and Arizona. There's strike 2 called to Michael Snyder. Skip Johnson was talking about, you know, baseball just having its ups and downs. The Sooners had that big sweep against TCU, and then they came and lost in the midweek to Dallas Baptist last Tuesday night. Does this one, ooh, man, that got a good chunk of Snyder. Madron was moving with the pitch. As that came in and hit Michael Snyder. It's a good time to take a look at Rich's Keys. They are presented by Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time, and we're looking at the #1 key for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, like I said, we gave up a base hit and a walk there. And he's just trying to get in the zone more. And we're getting close to the bottom half of this lineup, bottom third of the OU's lineup. And they need to find a way to flip it back over to get back to Madron and Carmichael.
Here is McKenzie. The Sooners a chance to do some damage in the bottom of the first inning. Laliberte blocked that ball and then couldn't locate it. But the base runners will have to stay put. So we're talking to Skip Johnson today about the highs and lows. You know, Oklahoma on Friday night, they got a no-hitter. Second no-hitter of the Skip Johnson era. A combined no-hitter, as we said, between Hensley and Braden Davis. And then they got swept in a doubleheader by West Virginia. He said, you know, it's the way that it goes. You go from cloud nine to the bottom of the ocean.
And like he always talks about, this game will humble you quick. They just ran into a buzzsaw, that doubleheader with West Virginia. They were swinging the bats really well. They had a couple balls carry out with the wind. And OU just got behind and can never scratch their way back into the games.
The Sooners dropping a Big 12 series for the first time this season, but that is the way that this game goes. Skip Johnson's team here tonight, and then non-conference play against Lamar, a Lamar team that had won 13 straight games coming into today. So you're taking a break from conference play, but not necessarily getting a break. And the seventh-year head coach of the Sooners just ready for a good week. Find successful things, continue to have positive chances is what he is all about. Positive experiences. Throw over was a one-hopper there. Stahl was way off the bag. And
yeah, a little timing back pick there. Usually called from the catcher.
3-1 to McKenzie. This one a slow roller foul up the first base side, picked up by Stahl. We will do it all over again.
Yeah, you gotta like it when those trickle foul for you. Get another chance to drive a ball somewhere, full count.
It's a big pitch early in this game, it feels like.
Yeah, it does. It feels like Oral Roberts needs a double play, and the Sooners need to come through with a hit right here.
Payoff pitch right back up the middle and into center field under the glove of the pitcher Sanford and the second baseman Davis. In to score is Madron, and the Sooners take a quick 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first on an RBI single by Anthony McKenzie, and he ends up moving up into second base. Golden Eagles having a little trouble out there. McKenzie alertly able to roll it on over.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Get it by the pitcher, you got a chance.
Now batting the second baseman, number 15.
And good aggressive base running by Snyder, taking third. Ball's right in front of him, so he's his own base coach there.
So the Sooners take a quick 1-0 lead. A run on 2 hits so far, and here's Jackson Nicholas showing bunt. Pops up the bunt toward first, but it's an effective one. In fact, everybody will be safe, and in to score comes Snyder. It's 2-0 Sooners.
Yeah, that's a really good bunt. I mean, he was giving himself up to score the run. They just had some miscommunication there and put it in no man's land. He ends up beating it out.
It'll be a bunt base hit for Nicholas, and the Sooners in position for a big inning now. We're going to have a visit here to the mound. Nicholas just pulled that into the perfect spot. Snyder scores run number 2. The Oral Roberts pitching coach Wes Davis out for a visit with Braden Sanford, who's found trouble giving up 2 runs on 3 hits here in this first inning. There's Anthony McKenzie, who had the RBI single to get the scoring started. Just a chat for now between Braden Sanford and Wes Davis. Activity out in the Oral Roberts bullpen here early in this game. Just kind of starting to get loose out there.
Yeah, it was runner on third, less than 2 outs. This is looking to get something in the air.
Kendall Pettis to the plate. On the move is Nicholas. The throw will go to second. He is out there, but in to score the run comes Anthony McKenzie. So the Sooners lead 3-0. Just put the play on, and Nicholas trying to swipe second is out number 2.
Yeah, that was a good throw. I'm surprised they threw through and gave up the run there to go down 3 early.
But the Sooners will take it. So it is 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning.
Yeah, he'll trade outs for runs all day long.
And Kendall Pettis takes ball 2.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kendall be aggressive here. Way ahead in the count. Looking fastball, 1 pitch, 1 spot, and be ready to hit it.
Pettis does get that pitch, fouls it back to the back screen.
I feel like he's been just missing the last few games. He hasn't had a whole lot of production, but I feel like he's had some pretty good swings.
There's ball 4. Sooners try to restart the offense with the 2-out walk to Kendall Pettis. Kendall had a 4 RBI night against West Virginia back on Friday. And now a chance here for the freshman shortstop Jackson Willits.
Now batting the shortstop, number 77, Jackson Willits.
Willits swinging at the first pitch. Driven in 4 runs, 10 hits on his freshman season for Jackson Willits. Starter early in the season at the shortstop position. Working his way back in there. And he takes strike 2.
He's going to have to battle here with 2 strikes. Try to foul some pitches off, find a way on.
Throw over to keep Pettis safe. It seemed like when you're struggling at the plate, every time you're up there, you're in a hole 0-2, Rich.
Yeah, yeah, it does seem like that. You fall. Seems like you're behind all the time.
Willits hits this one well into center field, but racing in to grab it is Kyle Booker. Took 2 of 3 from Baylor over the weekend. They are right there with only 2 losses in league play, along with the West Virginia team that was in Norman. You look at the bottom of the league, surprising TCU with a 2-7 start after making that trip to Omaha last year. Sooners swept the Horned Frogs down in Fort Worth as Rocco Garza-Gongora chops one to the shortstop Herring for the first out in the 2nd inning. Oklahoma has the #1 strength of schedule in the country, though.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Jason Walk.
Jason Walk, the #9 batter, is in. Oklahoma with wins over #9 Tennessee, 3 over then #12 TCU, and a big win over Nebraska. They are 5-2 against top 25 teams, giving them the #1 strength of schedule in the country. And 15th in the RPI as of this week for the Sooners.
That'll help if they can keep winning as far as seeding for regionals.
Check swing, but he did go around, and it is 2-1 to Jason Walk. Sooners without John Spikerman, their speedy veteran center fielder. He went out, had to have surgery to repair a broken hamate bone in his right hand. That occurred in the TCU series, so they were without him all last week. He's having a great year, batting .394, Spikerman, and had reached base safely in 18 straight games. They're hoping to get him back next few weeks, as strike 3 is called here to walk. 2 down.
Just a fastball right on the inner third. You got 2 strikes. You got to be able to pull the trigger on that.
Brings in Bryce Madron. Bryce swinging at the first pitch and drills another one out into right field. Well, we said he can just roll out of bed and get 2 hits. He's got 2 hits in 2 innings.
Yeah, he's got 2. Not guarantee he's going to be greedy and try to get more. Start your day off like that. It can get fun fast.
That is 4 hits for the Sooners tonight. And with 2 down and Madron at first, Easton Carmichael is the batter. He swung at the first pitch and hit a fly ball to the right fielder Rodriguez his first time. Easton Carmichael, 11 multi-hit games this year.
A really impressive hitter for a young guy and only a sophomore.
That one bounces up there. Was 5 of 8 this weekend against West Virginia. And he's batting .484 in conference play, is Easton Carmichael. Went after that one downstairs.
Yeah, he guessed wrong on that. I think he was looking for a fastball. We got a slider down, just couldn't hold up. You get that off-speed pitch, you want it to start above the belt.
1-2, just flicks that one foul. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes. This is the 11th start at catcher this year for Easton Carmichael. He has been the DH on 12 occasions. Sanford up and throw over to try to keep Madron hugged up tight.
And after a couple sliders there, you see if he tries to sneak a fastball by him. Carmichael's got that 2-strike approach.
There goes Madron, and the throw not in time. Alberti just a little in front of the bag with that offering. We'll look at Madron's jump.
Yeah, I think the ball beat him, but he had a really good slide to the outside of the base, and just couldn't get the tag on him.
Yeah, they never got the tag there. You're right,
yeah,
Rich.
Got his back arm, but he did a good job going to the outside. I think, like I said, I think the ball beat him, but the second baseman caught the ball in front of the bag instead of staying at the bag and let the ball travel to him.
Now, this was not a challenge, I don't believe, by Ryan Fulmer, but they're going to have a look at it. Here's Ryan Fulmer, 12th year head coach at Oral Roberts, the 6-time Summit League Coach of the Year, including a season ago when he took them to their first College World Series appearance since 1978.
I think Larry Cochelle was the coach then, wasn't he?
I believe you're right, Rich.
Yeah.
And let's look again here. It's the second baseman, Martell Davis. And the tag doesn't get to him until maybe right there. He just never got there.
Yeah, I think his foot hits the bag before he touches him.
I wouldn't think this would take very long to resolve. Five out of 5 in the stolen base department for Bryce Madron. he chats up Martell Davis. It'll be 39 stolen bases in 49 attempts for the Sooners this year if it stands. They got him surrounded out there.
Yeah, it's amazing nowadays how much everybody talks to the other team. Of course, a lot of these guys played against each other or with each other in travel ball, high school. When I played, I wouldn't be talking to anybody right now.
Wouldn't be having that conversation out there. Well, they didn't have reviews, so you wouldn't have had to worry about it.
That's true, too.
Man, that looked like a pretty cut and dried tag play out there at second base. Oklahoma getting 3 runs in the first. Anthony McKenzie with an RBI single. Sooners got a bunt base hit by Jackson Nicholas to score a run. Yep, he's safe.
Like I said, I thought that was pretty clear cut. I don't know what took them so long. Maybe they're enjoying some coffee in there.
I don't blame him. That's where there's a heater. It's nice and warm in there. Back to action now. 2-2 count. Carmichael spoils another one.
It's a good job by Easton. Seen a lot of pitches after swinging at the first pitch, his first at bat.
Gets another piece of that.
And it's at bats like this that run a guy's pitch count up pretty quick and allow you to get in the bullpen, even if he makes it out here.
Almost squeezed by Laliberte. After this one, it's down low. Laliberte will pick it up and make the put-out official. Sooners no runs on a hit and a man left as we move to the third. It is Oklahoma 3, Oral Roberts nothing. This is Sooner Baseball presented by OU Health on Sooner Vision from ESPN. Third baseman Michael Snyder leads off for Oklahoma, and he shows bunt to start the third. Takes a strike from Braden Sanford. Snyder got hit by a pitch and scored one of the 3 Sooner runs in the first. 5 homers, 33 driven in to lead this Oklahoma team, and he is down in the count 0-2. These teams will play again on April 30th, or they are scheduled to play again at J.L. Johnson Stadium in Tulsa. I was asking Ryan Fulmer about, and Rich, you know all about this. You make a trip to Omaha and you're on the national stage, and for any program, especially a program like Oral Roberts, what a big boost it can be.
Yeah, highlight your program, national TV. You get a chance to get on some guys on the recruiting trail, and with the portal nowadays, it makes you even more acceptable, and get guys coming from all over the country to come out here to play for a College World Series appearing team.
A strike 3 call to Snyder for the first out in the third.
Yeah, that ball might be down a little bit, but it's just a fastball. With 2 strikes, you got to be able to cut it loose and try to get a piece of it.
And that is 3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters now for Sanford, and that one is shot through the left side by McKenzie, who's 2 for 2. So McKenzie and Madron each have 2 hits for the Sooners so far tonight.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. Let that ball travel. It's on the outer half. He just shoots it through the 6-hole.
Four of the 5 Oklahoma hits have come from Madron and McKenzie. And here's Nicholas, who has the other one. It was a bunt base hit that drove in a run in the first for Jackson. Just to kind of finish up with ORU and the boost you get from going to Omaha. Ryan Fulmer said, you will get a boost in recruiting, you feel like, but it may not be the very next year because you're already through a recruiting cycle, essentially, by the end of the season.
Yeah, very true. And especially when you lose, the conference player of the year and, lose your best guys to the draft, it's hard to develop, especially if you recruit young guys. They got to get in there and develop and get acclimated to Division I baseball.
We're also going to be able to make some stadium improvements there at J.L. Johnson Stadium. Sooners know all about what it's like to have to kind of restructure things after they had 11 guys drafted following that trip to the championship game of the College World Series 2 years ago. 2-0 pitch, a little bit outside. One thing Oklahoma's certainly going to see is you're going to be tuning into Major League Baseball games and see a lot of Oklahoma Sooners on your television in the coming years.
Yeah, they lost a lot of good arms. Horton, Peyton Graham, shortstop, was solid offensively and defensively.
Jake Bennett, Trevin Michael, David Sandlin, Chaz Martinez, Javier Ramos, Jared Godman. Those were all pitchers drafted after that 2022 College World Series run. There's that 1994, Rich. Oh, this one is drilled out into right field by Nicholas. So he's 2 for 2. McKenzie is 2 for 2, and Madron is 2 for 2. Yeah, the Sooners are in business here in the third.
Fastball right down the middle, just got the head out, got a little bit of topspin on it, and ball like a little lob out there to right field.
I think he hit that one right at the 1994 College World Series winning post out there in right center field.
Yeah, it was heading that way. If you get some backspin on it, it might hit it in the air.
Here is Kendall Pettis, who walked his first time. That one squirts away from Laliberte, and the runners will move up to second and third. Now a big chance here for Kendall Pettis.
Like we talked about last about, I'd like to see him be aggressive here. He's ahead in the count. Look for a fastball. Be able to put a good swing on it.
Aliberte's having a little trouble squeezing it back there right now. That strike evens things at 1-1 to Kendall Pettis. Speaking of Oklahoma's run to the championship game 2 years ago, this guy was a big part of it. Kendall Pettis, when he came back from injury, he and John Spikerman were injured that year, but both of them came back middle to late that season to solidify Skip Johnson's outfield. Nice job getting on top of it there by Laliberte. Kendall Pettis, 2 home runs, 12 runs driven in. In the air down the right field line. This is trouble for Rodriguez if it's fair, but it's not. And it's about 5 feet foul. Hops over into the ORU bullpen.
Got close there. Wind might have carried it a little bit. It's blowing out, like I said, blowing out of the northwest and kind of blowed across the field.
Pettis shoots this one to the second baseman, Davis, and that will score Anthony McKenzie with the 4th run. And that's just a good professional at bat by Kendall Pettis to get the job done and score the 4th Oklahoma run.
Yeah, great at bat there. It's 2 strikes. All I got to do is hit a ground ball in the middle, score that run. He's choked up on the plate and let the ball travel. Got it by the first baseman where he can't make a play at the plate.
Kendall Pettis coming through for the Sooners, driving in his 13th run of the year. And here's Jackson Willits swinging at the first pitch. It's a tailing fly ball toward the left fielder Thompson, and the inning is over. It is a run on 2 more hits for the Sooners. They lead 4-0 headed to the 4th in Norman.